Hello everyone. Today I want to do a more in-depth view of the development heroes. Well, let's just get started. First, there's multiple different types. Ones that give buffs for as you're upgrading your castle or your base, as you're doing more researches, doing all that stuff. Um, all the different stuff. So I'm gonna start with the ones that show up that help with upgrading your castle or your base. So this is one of the big ones. This one here, you can one of the first skills that you can unlock is lowering the is anything that as you're upgrading anything that's 60 minutes or less for the upgrade will be free. So you won't have to spend any speed ups or diamonds on, and that means when as you're upgrading beyond things that are beyond that level, once it reaches the hour mark, it'll be free. So it saves you a little bit of time and um, resources and diamonds. Next thing is building speed. That also reduces how long something takes to upgrade. So also a great buff to have. Um, some other things that I do not have unlocked because I don't have extra copies is building resource cost. Um, this would reduce, say, say I have an upgrade that costs 20 million iron. It would reduce that cost by um, 4 million, which is a pretty significant reduction, especially with having to upgrade so many warehouses, things like that. That that reduction would help to not need as many warehouse upgrades. Next thing is building cash costs. So everything that you upgrade has um, resources as well as cash, and cash is one of the hardest things to get, and you use a lot of it for all your upgrades, for research, for um, building chips, which I won't be talking about here, but that's for that's currency that's for required for upgrading certain buildings that give you extra buffs and things like that. Um, and this is just last skill is again building speed, and all these costs have requirements. So this one here, you have to like this one here, you have to have your hero reach level 45, and then you have to have 2 extra copies of this hero. And this one here requires 3 and some cash, and you're level 50, so on and so on. This one here, this skill here is huge defender resistance. It's basically I'm not too familiar with this one off the top of my head, but I've never really upgraded it on any other times I played through. Next one is Foreman. It has similar things, but this as the other one, but it's not as great. This one gives plus 10% building speed, minus 10% building resource cost, and minus 10% building cash cost. Then we have the mechanic. It is less than 10 minutes is free. 10% 10% of this huge defender and building speed. Next one, we have the ones for that help with research. So There's 2 for research, the Mad Eye Doctor and Mad Monk. Mad Eye Doctor has anything that's in tech research. When you complete research, when you're starting research, anything that's 6 minutes or less is free, or it can be completed immediately, not free research tries, but it will complete it instantly. You cannot. Its second skill is it increases research speed in the Institute and Yesterday Institute. Third one reduces the resource cost. It does not include cash cost, but it's still a very good buff. The second one reduces cash cost. Then each vendor might. This one, then there's the second one that reduces all of it by another 10%, and then this one increases research speed by. So if you are able to complete the or get all the copies needed and all the copies needed and everything like that, and have all this completed, all 50, you can you can have your research speed increased by 100% and your resource costs reduced by 20%, which is pretty good buff if I say so myself. But getting these copies can be hard unless you spend money on them, which I'm not. Then we have the Mad Monk. This one, if you have it maxed, it's not that big, but every extra minute helps. So this one reduces by 10 minutes. This one, 15% research speed, 10% cost or 5% cost, and 5% cash. And then this one actually was pretty good. Vehicle resistance. Vehicles is one of the main troop types. As things get moving forward, that people use, so having vehicle resistance increases a pretty good buff. Then let's talk about the different troop type heroes. So there are 6 in total, 2 for each type of hero, 2 for each type of troop. This is the first one, the mechanic. So this one, for skill, gives a buff to training speed. Second skill reduces the upkeep cost. That means how much you're producing, how much you produce in your cast or in your base, minus, and then your troops cost resources to maintain, and so this reduces the upkeep, so you can keep resources in your warehouse, so you don't have to keep them empty unless you have an upgrade going, or unless you're preparing for an upgrade. So it helps with that, but most people just keep their warehouses empty unless they plan for an upgrade. Then we have the third one, which buffs how much troops you can train. Then we have the skill that reduces how much their troops cost to train. So let's say you have which is again a good buff. Then the last one gives more training speed. Then you have Then the second one for vehicles is Chrome. Gives slightly lower buffs, but and this one you also get um, you get a active skill that gives gives a when it's the highest tier you get 500 vehicles just for activating it. I believe that's once every 24 hours. Then the other two, which I do not have yet, it's more the same, but for fighters and shooters. Not sure which one that is. This one here. Then we have then the next big one. Those are the two big ones. The next one that is also really well is for the trading hub. That's the helicopter that exists. I do not have the purple one. I do have the one and the green one, I believe. But these ones, when you when it arrives, this first skill you get some food, which is not that great, but it's still something. Second skill, it stays longer and it for a little longer, and it reduces how long once it leaves. It reduces the how long it takes to come back. Third one, you get some cash from, which cash is always good. Fourth one reduces the hub price, and then again this one, last skill reduces its how long it takes to come back and gives vehicle light. Then we have the blue one, which gives some food, extends how long it stays, and reduces its time away and gives some cash. And the last one for that one is, let's see, this one, which reduces and gives some cash. And then there are this one here is for the banks. It allows rapid production, which I won't really go into about that. Increases its how much it produces because you can activate it to gain some extra cash every basically 24 hours. Increase its production, and then the rest just give buffs to the different resources that. Now, while I say this, when you get these heroes, you do not automatically get to use them. You have to station them in your management station. Let's see, I have only a handful. Mechanic, Mad Monk, Bad Eye Doctor, Great Engineer, for Mechanic. The rest cost the rest have the different costs. The green ones just cost 1 stationing cost. Blue 3. Gold are 6, and then the purples are 5. And your capacity is dependent on your building level. So I have it at level 10, so mine is 33. and the max is 100. And as these are specialty type buildings, it also has a extra cost of stationing plan, which can only be which easiest way is to get them is just buying them with diamonds. 1,000 stationing plans for 9,000 diamonds. But if you're not like early on, I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you just have a ton of diamonds sitting around and you want to have all your different development heroes. And you're planning on developing all the different development heroes and all that. Then some of the other things that we have that I don't have right now, ones that this is the Frontline Medic, which helps with the hospitals, helping with how long it takes, or reducing how long it takes to heal your wounded, reducing cost, increasing the hospital capacity, all that. Then this one here, or this one here. We don't have this yet, and I'm not familiar with this one yet, so that one's not really useful to us right now. Yeah, that's basically it for the development heroes. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or any other video ideas or anything like that I should do, just place it in the comments, or you can message me in game. I'm Roguelian1462. Thanks for the watch, and have a good day.